little hobbit. Spark my ganja.
When the clock reads 4:20, one might find themselves overcome by the inevitable munchies. These are the top 10 greatest stoner snack foods. Chips.
We're on strike.
Hunger strike.
You're eating potato chips.
What are you in the mood for? Salty, cheesy, spicy? When it comes to satisfying, fried, crunchy goodness, nothing has you covered quite like chips. With just about every flavor you can imagine, the deep-fried snack treat is the stoner's first choice when trying to alleviate the munchies. The crispy snack has been around for 200 years and counting, hitting the spot and putting an end to both stoner and non-stoner cravings ever since. Popular brands such as Doritos and Cheetos have been the go-to chip when a hefty dose of cheesy crunch is needed to quell the ganja cravings.
Did you steal my Cheetos again?
Crispy classics like Ruffles and the old-fashioned Lay's have been a stoner's dream for decades. Not to be ignored, however, is a new breed of crispy snacks such as the Mexican corn chip Takis. Even iced tea brand Arizona is offering up its own version of the tortilla chip and are never too far behind in the race for the definitive chip, or crisp for anyone who calls the United Kingdom home. And if you happen to find yourself wanting the crunch of a chip but with a more savory flavor, pork rinds may be the snack of choice. While not exactly a chip, pork rinds come in just as many flavors as their potato cousins, giving you that perfect chip experience. For those looking for a chip on the healthier side, baked chips, no pun intended, are a popular option with brands like Pringles and even Lay's being among the top brands to offer the non-fried crispy snacks. Crunch and be merry. Pizza.
Look at this thing, it's all hot and glowy. I'll never have cold pizza again.
You'd be hard-pressed to find an Italian food that isn't delicious. Thick, starchy, and usually topped with cheese, Italian food can cover all the bases when the munchies grab hold. But with all the foods available, what particular item never fails? Pizza. What can't this tasty combination of flavors do? From its ooey-gooey mozzarella to its tangy marinara, it's no wonder this delicious gift from southern Italy has managed to satisfy taste buds the world over. When the munchies happen to grab hold after a few puffs of the magic herb, and something a tad more satisfying than your average bag snack is required, there isn't a stoner out there who hasn't picked up their cell phone with hot slices on the brain.
Guys, we gonna want another pizza. Who's hungry? Show of hands. Let me see them.
With pizza, there's no shortage of options. With pizza parlors across the country serving up the more fancy gourmet pies, complete with exotic toppings, to the thick Chicago style filled with mounds of cheese and sauce, and of course, the world-famous thin New York slice. Whatever the preferred style of slice, pizza has been a warm and delicious, cheesy secret weapon in winning the war against the munchies. If regular pizza wasn't enough to vanquish the chronic cravings, for a little something sweet to wash everything down, the dessert pizza has quickly become pizza's closest ally. Cookie dough.
Did you eat this entire roll of raw cookie dough?
Oh, was that what that was? I thought it was a raisin sausage.
Cookies are a no-brainer in the world of quick and easy, go-to snacks when you're in a pinch, or when you simply don't have it in you to leave the comfort of your own home. In their baked form, cookies have stood the test of time as being one of the all-time greats in the sweet dessert department. However, a nameless, unsung hero decided to forego the baking process altogether, probably while high, as this treat seems like the brainchild of someone freshly baked. With the idea out there of simply snacking on raw cookie dough, stoners everywhere had yet another delightful snack to choose from. Enjoying cookie dough has proven to be such a home run snack that not only are their ice cream brands filled with the unbaked morsels, but many dessert establishments have put cookie dough on their menu. The combination of slicing open that long tube and letting that sugary soft chew take you to Pleasure Town is about as enticing to stoners as it is to folks that don't inhale. And while the classic Oreo or chocolate chip will definitely hit the spot, the experience alone is both delicious and somewhat wrong at the same time. Mac and cheese.
Kraft mac and cheese. If your parents don't buy it, stop loving them.
Craving something on the creamy, cheesy side following a few puffs? Sounds like a job for the classic mac and cheese. Mixing the savory, creamy texture of cheese with the chewy curves of macaroni was destined to be a hit. First appearing on dining room tables well over 200 years ago, macaroni and cheese goes beyond the typical pasta and tomato sauce formula, adding gooey cheese in the place of the classic red sauce, to the delight of just about everyone on the planet.
The sauce, oh, Maro, the sauce.
Continue.
Mac and cheese has also proven to be quite versatile, with innovative variations of the casserole such as mac and cheese bits, bacon mac, and even mac and cheese flavored ice cream. Let that tasty little thought sink in for a minute. One of the biggest selling points for mac and cheese is the fact that it's relatively inexpensive to make. The dish also has a nostalgic quality about it, instantly filling your head with memories of childhood lunches and dinners. Mac and cheese giant Kraft continues to sit at the top of the cheesy macaroni hill, producing millions of boxes every year and even offering different variations like Velveeta and shells. But other companies such as Annie's, Quinoa, and Mrs. Leaper's offer a tasty alternative. Quick, easy, and tasty are three words that are music to the ears of someone with a case of smoke-induced munchies. Tacos.
It's Taco Tuesday!
Cravings can take hold pretty quick, which is why the invention of fast food is a stoner's best friend. When the munchies start to call and a drive-thru window happens to be nearby, with a designated driver in the driver's seat of course, the consensus among those who blaze is that tacos are the ideal solution. It's no mystery why tacos have been satisfying the hunger of millions for years. With the crispiness of a chip, the cheesiness, and savory beef, a taco takes care of many of your cravings in one bite. Of all the fast food giants that happen to serve up the delicious tortilla cheese-filled snack, none is more sought out than Taco Bell.
We went to Taco Bell. Eric, he starts crying in Taco Bell.
Del Taco, Taco John's, and Chipotle all have their appealing menu items, making Mexican cuisine the preferred option. Now, one could argue that any fast food restaurant would do just fine when the munchies take hold, but it's the places that serve up Mexican dishes that are the most sought out. On behalf of the people of the world, Mexico, feel free to take a nice long bow. Chocolate.
I want a Reese's, yo. Peanut butter cup.
Sweet treats. They're one of the staples, and undoubtedly one of the first items you'll encounter when opening a stoner's cupboards. However, not all sweets are created equal. That's where chocolate comes in.
Got some better.
Chocolate has had a rich history, going all the way back to Latin America hundreds of years ago. Chocolate is the perfect blend of sweet, rich, and creamy, with variations ranging from dark and bittersweet to milk and white chocolate, making it perfect for satisfying that sweet craving. With chocolate, the choices are bountiful, and chocolate bars sit at the top of the snack mountain as the best of all cocoa-flavored sweets. Classics like the caramel-filled Snickers and Mars, the doubled and quadrupled Twix and Kit Kat, to the always welcome Reese's Peanut Butter Cup have stood the test of time. Outside the world of the chocolate bar, however, is the candy-coated treat that is M&M's. Or, if you're craving nuts along with your chocolate, M&M's Peanut. And of course, the chocolate chip cookie gets an honorable mention here, as it combines the deliciousness of both worlds. Snack cakes.
Mini cupcakes.
Mini cupcakes? As in the mini version of regular cupcakes?
There are many ways to satisfy your craving for the moist sweetness of cake. One way is to spend time over a hot oven after painstakingly preparing the batter, frosting, and everything else that goes into baking a traditional cake. But let's face it, when you've spent some time partaking in certain recreational activities, the last thing you want to do is spend hours cooking.
Tell me about it.
So, when faced with that kind of dilemma, what's a person to do? The solution is simple: snack cakes. These pre-made wonders have been sitting on store shelves for many years, just waiting to be taken home and devoured in that order. Whether the cake is by itself or comes in a package of two, snack cakes come in all sizes, shapes, and flavors, ready to be the answer to that munchy question. The list of all the different snack cakes available seems endless, with options like the cream-filled Hostess cupcakes, the golden, spongy double punch that are Twinkies, to the chocolate-covered ring dings. For those stoners living in the Great White North, the preferred snack cake brand of choice is by far Vachon, serving up chocolate-covered, cream-filled Joe Louis, flakies oozing with strawberry jelly and cream, and the almost mythical strawberry cream-filled, coconut-covered Swiss roll, the Billet Log. There are, of course, packaged brownies and soft, cream-filled cookies like the oatmeal pie, which seem like a wonderful science experiment, blending both cake and cookie into one. Not a bad combination. Grilled cheese sandwich.
Now describe what you taste.
Cheese.
And
Cheese.
If you ever find yourself twiddling your thumbs, trying in vain to figure out exactly what you need to take care of those munchies, a sandwich is always an excellent choice. Quick, easily prepared, relatively inexpensive, and with a little imagination, almost anything can be used as your sandwich filling. But few sandwiches hit the right spot after a session with the hippie lettuce than the cheese-filled, buttery, hot and steamy goodness of the classic grilled cheese sandwich. You'd think something this simple wouldn't be so delicious, but sometimes the simplest things in life are the most satisfying.
Indeed.
That's exactly what you get with the grilled cheese. Another one of those snacks that brings about childhood memories and nostalgia, the slice of American cheese placed between two slices of bread, grilled to ooey-gooey perfection, is never too far from the minds when it comes to satisfying snacks. With the grilled cheese being a sandwich, the options let you be as creative as you want, allowing many to use their imagination, adding bacon, pickles, various meats, and even chili to their grilled cheese. Ramen.
You can't smoke anymore, so ramen has replaced cigarettes.
What is it about ramen that makes it so tasty? After all, when you get right down to it, ramen is simply steaming hot noodles accompanied by flavored broth. But this irresistible treat from the shores of Japan has been delighting many late-night toasted snackers all over the world for years, and has proven to be more than just a last-minute go-to dinner for college and university students. As always, with snacks on the blander side, people have let their imagination free, coming up with delicious flavor combinations to satisfy the palate. But for those who just want to heat and eat, there are many flavors of ramen on the market to choose from, all aimed at making the munchies a thing of the past. From the seafood variety to the spicy, there isn't a flavor that hasn't been thought of to accompany your preferred ramen brand of choice. Various brands have also created some pretty wild flavors, such as Korean proprietor Samyang's 5-pack hot chicken flavor ramen.
Or spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
Given the tendency who live the Snoop lifestyle to enjoy certain, shall we say, odd flavor combinations, ramen seems to be your best bet. So, commence with the slurping. Popcorn.
Milk Duds.
Really?
Reese's Pieces Junior Mints. Popcorn. Big popcorn.
Whether you happen to find yourself in front of a TV streaming a movie at home, or propping your feet up on the back of someone else's chair at the theater while watching the latest blockbuster, in most cases, popcorn is usually within arm's reach. Quite possibly the oldest snack on the planet, popcorn has been a snacking staple for roughly 6,000 years. Yes, it seems the early South Americans not only discovered chocolate, but also gave the world the gift of popcorn. And for that, stoners the world over give their thanks. Popcorn is one of those snacks that's not only easy to prepare, but it's also readily available just about anywhere. Many pre-popped brands offer the classic buttered popcorn, but beyond that, there are more exotic flavors like jalapeno, white cheddar, and even dill pickle. For a sweeter option, Cracker Jacks and Crunch 'n Munch offer toffee-covered goodness.
I love it. This is simply awesome.
If you decide that going out isn't an option and the smell of freshly popped corn is what you're looking for, both microwave and even stovetop Jiffy Pop are always an option. A little melted butter and cheddar shaker seasoning later, and your snacking problems are a thing of the past.
Easy peasy.